Luis de la Fuente's Spain national team, can we recreate it in eFootball? Spain won Euro 2024 with 7 straight wins. De la Fuente built a Spanish side that combined their traditional tiki-taka with much more dynamism. How can we replicate his tactics in eFootball? Throughout the tournament, Spain had an average possession of 58%, similar to their numbers during Euro 2012, but they played with more dynamism. De la Fuente's side could control the tempo with possession and accelerate the attack down both wings, which were their main attacking zones. With 2 talented wingers, Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal, Spain found multiple ways to score, whether against a low block or during transitions. Let's dive deeper into the tactics used on each wing. Cucurella played as an inverted left back. During build-up, he would constantly rotate with Nico. When Cucurella moved wide, Nico would attempt to cut in. When Nico stayed wide, Cucurella would invert during build-up or even attempt an underlapping run. It was extremely powerful thanks to Nico's exceptional skills and explosiveness that could attract more than one defender. Another advantage of having an inverted left back was that it gave the CMF Fabian Ruiz more freedom. Against high press, Fabian would drop deep and stay parallel to Rodri to progress the ball forward. Then with Cucurella in the midfield or against very conservative defense. Laporte, a left-footed build-up center back, would also push higher, allowing Fabian to stay higher and attack into the box. Due to this tactical freedom, Fabian scored 2 goals during the tournament, and one of them came from Yamal's diagonal cross. Now let's move on to the attack on Yamal's side. Carvajal played more as a traditional attacking fullback, while Pedri operated in the right half space, linking play and creating space with his vision and press-resistant technique. Or it would be Olmo, who was like a hole player, constantly making runs into the box and acting as a second striker. Lamine Yamal was incredibly difficult to defend. He typically started by hugging the right touchline to maintain width. When isolated and receiving the ball, he had 3 main options: dribble forward into the box and deliver a short cross, cut inside to shoot, or send pinpoint diagonal crosses into the box with his left foot. While Yamal and Nico were both exceptionally talented, what truly made the wing play on both sides so effective was their consistent isolation even against back 5 defense. This constant one-on-one opportunity was made possible by 2 key tactical elements: overload to isolate and Rodri. Nico and Yamal consistently stayed wide to stretch the opponent's defense. At times, De La Fuente instructed his players to overload one side of the pitch. Morata played as a deep-lying forward who dropped deep or wide to link up the attack, as well as making well-timed forward runs when needed. When the defense shifted toward one side, Spain's midfielders would switch play with a direct long pass to the winger on the opposite flank. This strategy helped accelerate the attack by giving the wingers space to drive the ball forward. But against a wide and deep back 5 defense, this strategy could be risky, especially if the winger was tightly marked and couldn't receive the pass comfortably. This is where Rodri became extremely important. As an anchorman, Rodri was almost impossible to dispossess. He constantly scanned the field and made quick decisions that could accelerate the attack with a single pass. Always available in the middle, Rodri could switch the play effortlessly without having heavy overload, a quality that was crucial against compact defenses as it gave the wingers more time and space. Defensively, he used his awareness to cut passing lanes and prevent counterattacks, allowing time for the team to reset and switch to counter-pressing or a mid-block. In defense, the wingers were in parallel to the midfielders, forming a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1 shape, either pressing as a whole unit or forming a mid-block. Overall, De La Fuente's team maintained great control, wasn't afraid to take risks, and excelled in transitional attacks. To build a team like Spain in eFootball, I think the formation should be a 4-3-3 with an AMF on the right, and the wingers given deep line, or a 4-5-1 with the wingers given attacking, depending on your players' playstyles. As for the team playstyle, I think De La Fuente's in-game styles are very accurate: possession and out wide. Possession can recreate Spain's overload to isolate strategy, maintain a high defensive line, and low support range. Out wide can allow your midfielders to make more runs into the box, a more conservative defense, and faster transitional attacks down the wings. Unai Simon played as an offensive keeper. The right CB Lenormand was a destroyer CB with good aggression. And Laporte was a left-footed build-up center back. The left back Cucurella was a fullback finisher, and the right back Carvajal was an attacking fullback. Rodri was an anchorman or an orchestrator. Fabian Ruiz was a left-footed B2B or an orchestrator. The right AMF Pedri was a creative playmaker, or Dani Olmo, who played like a hole player. The wingers Nico Williams and Yamal can have any playstyle. If you'd like to have activated playstyles, let's say you have a hole player, you can use him at LMF or RMF with attacking instruction. If you have a prolific winger, you can use him at LWF or RWF with deep line. The CF Morata was a deep lying forward. Here's the team, the instructions, and the table of players with recommended playstyles and key stats. In the first game, I used possession.
Threat on the break.
A build-up involving a quick change of side from right to left. Morata's deep lying forward role is very important.
As a matter of fact, a shot of any type.
Lucky steal, and what a shot.
And the shot! This is the trend that's going to continue.
From overload to isolate, starting the attack on the left, with Yamal staying near the right sideline, then Morata's playstyle allowed the isolation to happen.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. Yamal has another goal! Listen,
A very similar play, but it started from the right this time.
And it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Rodri and Fabian's decisive passes helped stretch the opponent's defense.
Time has been a blessing for this team. You know, what a great start to the second half. That's been drilled. He wants them to press as high
Anchorman
as
Rodri stopping a counterattack and regained possession. Inverted Cucurella acted as a midfielder and allowed Nico to stay wide.
Plenty of space here.
Yamal's run was incredibly smart.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
I wonder what my defenders were thinking.
Now it's... and he'll shoot here! One will be 2 minutes. And there goes the final whistle. Spain.
I used out wide in the next 2 games.
Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
Again, Rodri stopping a counterattack.
Lang. Neither of these two want to come off second.
Inverted
best.
Cucurella allowed more dynamism on the left wing,
Here.
attempting a one-touch side-switching pass by Rodri.
And the assist. Now it's Neymar. Neymar! On the ball. In he goes again. Danger averted for now.
Opponent lagged, I guess.
Created a real intensity from the start, and there's no sign of any let-up.
Starting from Rodri's challenge again.
Spain are enjoying a good spell right now and leading.
Noticed isolated Yamal and tried to do a one-touch switch by Rodri again.
This is a formidable matchup. Yamal. That's very neat.
One of Yamal's 3 attacking options was making a diagonal cross. Morata had a pivotal role with his hold-up playability, allowing time for teammates to join the attack.
Sharp movement, came up against a defender though who was ever so determined. And here's Benzema. Yamal has found the net here, of course. No way through, so back. Yamal! And that's well seen too.
Having numbers in the middle and a well-timed pass to the left winger, Nico.
It's Wilshere. Has been swung wide. Shapes to shoot!
Trying a 4-5-1 setup now with attacking instructions. Rodri found Yamal again. A wasted chance.
So they've made a half-time to make a change.
Ruiz was press resistant. Nico's rotation with Cucurella with out wide, you will find many targets in the box. You can make a cross or a cutback.
Great chance! Well stopped. Out to the right.
Again, another open run by Yamal.
Now it's Benzema. And he's on his way!
Rodri again.
And it's Wilshere. Spain are closing in on
So many players were available on the left wing. Easy overload, especially with a hole player like Olmo.
Ringing down for understands the tone is set for the 90 minutes ahead.
This tactic is very good against a back four, especially if the opponent has an offensive fullback.
He's shifting through the gears here. Rodrigo looking to run onto it. Not going to make any further progress now.
Again, once the offensive fullback is out of position, it's an easy chance for me.
Petri, and here's Benzema.
That's why having a good link-up CF like Morata is so important.
Can he finish?
An attack in transition.
Looking for a counter-attack. Gets his pass away. That is real chance. Carvajal. Benzema. No, it's Benzema. Petri.
What a run by Ruiz.
Through here. It's Fabian Ruiz. He's one more shooting chance.
Themselves too predictable here. They've got to be quick moving this forward.
There will be 1 minute added time.
He's picked his way through.
Thank you for watching.
And there goes the final
Will you try
whistle.
Spain's tactics in
That
eFootball?
was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas.